Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Live Lunch Break. My name is Rick Coster. We are streaming from theday.com. And as always, we're in the Telegraph record shop here in New London. The only reason we're here today is not because the excellent Sweet Mercy is with us, but rather in support of Jamie's birthday.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a friend who is by day a fluid mechanic.
Okay.
You are a fluid mechanic, right? You ever read that in your physics textbooks? Pretty cool. Anyway, happy birthday, Jamie. He also lives across the street from a haunted house, but we'll worry about that later. It's true. It is true. Anyway, John, thank you for gathering Sweet Mercy here. We've got Craig here, Jim back there, and this is John's show. So, I am a man of many thesauri. Thesauruses. Couldn't come up with enough adjectives to describe how much I enjoy listening to you guys and what you all do. It's a pretty patchwork quilt of Americana and original stuff. Are you ready to do it?
We are.
You guys, thank you for being here. This is Sweet Mercy.
I just want to say, if people are watching this who saw my show last night and they see I'm wearing the same clothes, I want to say, no, I did not sleep in my clothes in the car again. This is my favorite shirt. Also, it has something to do with OCD. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. She was born with a bad attitude. Came out backwards 6 months, she just cried. She was born with a bad attitude, with a daddy's swagger and a mama's lazy eye. She was born with a bad attitude, odd reminder of the way that passion dies. She was born with a bad attitude, bad attitude. Wouldn't smile, always in a stubborn mood. She wouldn't eat, she wouldn't even try. Daddy and Mama, they're arguing and wasting food. She wouldn't smile and her bed was never dry. She was born with a bad attitude. Dropped on her head once, she didn't even cry. She was born with a bad attitude. Bad attitude. Said she was gifted, distant and rude. Bleeding and bleeding, nothing would make her try. Correctable phase, this negative attitude. A job for boy, maybe surgery for that eye. She was born with a bad attitude, yeah. Wrecked the car, she wouldn't even die. She was born with a terrible attitude, bad attitude. Put that back, put that down, you can't go out, stop hanging around. Motorcycle jacket, petulant look, writing down numbers in a little notebook. Ain't got a clue, ain't got a hunch, one sandwich short for a picnic lunch. Bye-bye so long, bon voyage, Locked in the car, locked in the garage. Oh my God, that's so damn rude. With a lousy attitude. Bad attitude, bad attitude, alright. She was born with a bad attitude. Thank you. Thank you. That's a song we're hoping to record soon. And this is one we've already recorded, or I have anyway. When I need to travel, I got a car. If I get bored, I can go to my favorite bar. When I get low, I can find me some fun. I need protection, I can get my hands on a gun. Take a few pills when I get the flu. I get lonely, I need you. I get thirsty, I grab a beer. A little crowded, I can get myself the hell out of here. Pretty resourceful, I know what to do. Till I get lonely, and I need you. When I find myself in the middle of the night and my heart's a pounding, need the light and the blankets blowing and the chicks are torn and the path from the bed to the window is worn. Where are you? Where are you? And I turn to the space where you used to be, where you wrapped it so close. Promise me you'd always stay, but your pillow's cold. There's nothing much else for me to hold on to. I need you. I get a chill, I get out of the snow. A little horny, but I guess I know where to go. When the going gets rough, I'll get myself through. Till I get lonely, I need you. When I wake unexpected in the middle of the day, 'cause it's something I thought I heard you say, but it's just a memory from the distant past. Bring, dear God, get me out of this fast. Where are you? Oh, where are you? You could take my dreams and turn them into plans. You could take my pain with the laying of your hands. You forgave my sins and my alibis. Only you could take my lies and make them true. When I get lonely, need you, I need you. You don't realize how much I need you. Thank you, thank you. Here's another song that's new, hoping to record. It's called Missed Chances. And this one's about a couple who have a lot in common, but they just, in their lives, they just keep missing each other. crept up from the horizon in Mexico. She got excited and wanted to let him know, but it must have been miles to the next working phone. She watched it alone. He wanted to be there when she got her big surprise. He wanted to see the expression in her green eyes. But the package arrived when he was away. She got it today. He's been to Paris, she's been to Timbuktu. She sailed from skyscrapers, he said the ocean's blue. But always a blink or a breath's length apart, or the beat of a heart. And I dreamt that I touched you in places I'd never been. When I thought it was over, you begged me to start again. But dogs began barking and I woke with a shove before we made love. Thank you very much. This next tune comes from my days living up in Gloucester, Mass. And there's a huge fishing industry up there, but it used to be even more than there is now. This is kind of an imaginary number, a kind of fantasy take on what happens when the fleet comes in. All right? Oh yeah, when the fleet comes in. Yeah, 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 when the fleet comes in. Seabirds fly across the mackerel sky. We'll all be happy when the fleet come in. Holy cotton haddock when the fleet come in. Holy macaroni when the fleet comes in. Fish cakes and beans and big terrains. Please pass the gravy when the fleet come in. We're gonna crack that bottle when the fleet come in. Yeah, 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 when that fleet come in, I'll get pissed with the ones we missed. Hoist the cold one when the fleet come in. The dock be rocking when the fleet come in. Clogs be stomping when that fleet come in. Bust a move, see them lumpers groove. Get down with it when the fleet come in. Oh yeah. fishing when the fleet come in. When the fleet come in, door, that's no hotel. Motels and boots been knocking when the fleet come in. Sell them fishes when the fleet come in. Mucho dinero when that fleet come in. To the reservation, slot machine vacation. Big fat wallets when the fleet comes in. I said, Lord, 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 when the fleet come in. God Almighty, when the fleet comes in. Seabirds fly across the mackerel sky. Thank you, Jesus, when the fleet comes in. Thanks very much. I want to dedicate that to my long deceased grandmother, who she was a Hungarian lady, never quite learned the language all that well, but she lived to be 100 years old, and one of her expressions when things were all going to hell was, holy macaroni. So I put it in there for her. Holy macaroni, Grandma. All right, so, all right, that other planned song is not in the public domain. So we're going to do a song called Even Peru. This is from my CD also.
Instrument change.
Instrument change. This is a song I did a lot of research for. It's about a guy basically sitting on a bar stool reminiscing about an old girlfriend who's like in the hospital because she's even worse off than he is. Yeah, you never hear songs like that anymore.
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, really.
You're an innovator.
I try. All right, here it is. It's called Even Peru. 1, 2, 3, 4. Might go to Egypt, even Peru. Might as well be on the moon if I can't have you. They say that Zimbabwe is warm this time of year. At the price of a ticket, I can't even buy this beer. Well, I saw you on the strip mall, I seen you down on Main. Caught you with them street queens and the kids with the cocaine. They say you're in the fast lane, like you got something to prove. I'd like to save you from yourself, but my own self can't even move. Now your daddy called a lawyer, your mama called all your teachers, and your brother called me yesterday, threatening to rearrange my features. They say I got you started on your long fall down. I jump off the stool to catch you, but I can't even see the ground. Oh, Craigie. You might go to Jackson, you might go to hell, might go to the hospital soon, far as anyone could tell. They say behind my back, and now I'm watching it on my TV. And I might join you in the ER once this barmaid gets through with me. Well, the first First step is denial. The second step, get mad. Third step, feeling sorry about them things you never had. Well, they say I loved your money, oh, more than I've loved you. But if I know that you had money, might be in Egypt now or even Peru. Even Peru. Even Peru. Even Peru. All right, thank you.
Sweet Mercy, everybody. Sounds good, boys.
Thanks, thank you.
What a nice crowd. It's a beautiful day. You don't have to be in here, but we're glad you are, and it is quite a testament to what we're listening to. And Rick Coster for Live Lunch Break. And the first thing I want to say, I always ask incredibly banal questions, but this is going to maybe top them all, John. But
Great.
As I was listening, I thought back to an interview I did with a fairly, well, he's a best-selling author and does some fairly literary work. And I complimented him on a couple of things that I thought were really well-crafted lines. And I said, does it ever hit you that you've just done something that's really great? It might just be one sentence. He goes, I got to tell you, I write at home. I'll do something every once in a while. I'll get up and close the door to my office so my wife can't leave, see what I'm doing. Then I just laugh my ass off and sort of walk around patting myself on the back. And when the last song, Leaving Peru, had 3 or 4 of those lines where I just thought, boy, did he nail it. And did you know it, like the features line, I can't see this.
Yeah, the teachers. And
when you're writing, does that sort of thing occur to you that, wow, I just did some really cool?
Yeah, but it usually happens in spite of myself. In other words, I don't, there, all of a sudden there it is on the page.
Yeah.
But I'll usually catch, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's nothing, you hope for that. But, if you get it, you're lucky.
Well, speaking of lucky, in an earlier song, you explained the narrative by saying it's 2 people who have a lot of things in common, but they just didn't run into one another. How did you get this aggregate? Because you guys are perfect. Now, if y'all don't know, this is Jamie over here and Jim back here on guitar. This is Craig. All of them have incredible regional pedigrees at the very least, versatile in all kinds of music. John, did you just say cherry pick these dudes from wandering around, or how did you get this together?
Well, and this goes way back. I mean, when I was a kid, I always wanted to live in this area. My family would do a lot of summertime at Misquamicut. And finally, 16 years ago, my wife and I were able to move. We live in Pawcatuck. And one of the first people I met here was Jimmy Tarbox, because we knew his sister who worked at a couple of restaurants where we used to frequent. And when I was pretty much on my own, I was working on this album up in Massachusetts, and we had a CD release party, and Jimmy said, hey, I'll get a band together for you. And so we started playing in different iterations. And then we do a thing once a month at Perks and Corks called Speciale and Friends. In fact, Sandy Allen's over there. He's one of the friends.
Hi, Sandy.
He's it's like it started out kind of like a jam thing, but and we would have guests. And one night Craig was recommended to me, and he showed up and was the guest. So that's how we met. Didn't know Jamie at all, but about a year or 2 went by, and I decided to put this together. So I got in touch with Craig right away, and he hooked me up with Jamie. Just that's the way it happened.
Yeah, there's a lot of chemistry here.
I mean, with the first rehearsal, I knew something was pretty special about it.
The thing about the songs that you write is they do come out of a rich American tradition, if you want to call it that. But there's so much that you guys can bring to it in terms of nuances and add your own characteristics to it, and that's pretty much what you were after, I tell you.
Oh yeah, we got we got a little bluegrass and country stuff and some
Zydeco.
Jim can play anything anything. But,
Yep.
but he brings a lot of meat and potatoes, R&B kind of stuff. And Jamie, it's Jamie's birthday. So
It's Jamie's birthday.
He's really, he's
all right.
He's all right.
He can bring it.
No, but he's the jazz guy.
Yep.
So there's everything in here.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
We're talking with Sweet Mercy here on Live Lunch Break, and it means a lot that you guys would join us on really one of the most beautiful days of the year. So, and I'd just like to announce that on my birthday, Jamie, the sky was a brown gray, spitting this horrible rain. So I'm jealous. Plus, I'm also like 70 years older than you. So
We know that's not.
that's so you've alluded to the fact that you've got an album out, but are you say we're going to record this song or that song? Are you guys in the studio?
Not
Is
yet.
it with this particular unit?
We're checking out some studios right now, but we do have the songs picked out. We've been rehearsing them.
And it's going to be the four of y'all with guests.
Yeah,
presumably.
well, we also work as a 5-piece. We have a couple drummers that alternate, and so we try to have everybody out there and maybe some guest artists too.
All right. I come from the South, so I get fairly provincial about sort of the acoustic blues, Lightning Hopkins, Blind Lemon Jefferson sort of thing, as Craig and I have discussed many times. And it's really neat to have come up here and sort of got slapped in the face like, you're not the only people doing this. So where are you actually from, and where did you get into this sort of songwriting?
Well, I grew up on the Naugatuck River up in Torrington, Connecticut.
That's across the border from Mississippi.
Yeah, just slightly north. Yeah. I don't know. I always loved music. My dad was a swing jazz musician.
Yeah.
Played sax and clarinet, and so we always had a lot of that in the house. And also, my parents were really good about never discouraging, never saying a bad word about any of the music I'd bring home. Records, and no matter how loud it was.
Well, I think that's a valuable thing.
Oh, I
too.
think so. Yeah, they encouraged it.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Would you like to hear some more Sweet Mercy? All right, then.
Just want to say, this is my album. It's called Some Things Have Happened Since We Last Spoke. It's a double CD, and it's not expensive. You can buy it here, or check out my website, please, johnspeziale.com. You can also download it through the website. Have to say these things. My wife always goes, did you sell yourself? Did you promote yourself? Yes, dear. Oh. All right, it's gonna. All right, this next song is a circus kind of song. And there's a story for this one too. Is when I was very young, I was in the circus and I ran away from the circus. Found a nice suburban home with 2 really white bread parents and a great baby sister. And that was, so I've have that in my background. But while I was at the circus, I worked as a juggler, and I fell in love with a trapeze artist who went on to bigger and better things. And being very sad and lonely without her, I wrote this poignant song. All right. We started together in a place called Fairweather, in a tent on the edge of the town. And it wasn't too long before you rose like a song, lifting knives while you brought the house down. Then you flew from the ring with your cannonball king, while my plastic globes spun around again. And I smiled while I bowed, but no one in the crowd knew that I was your very best friend. You dazzled the ringlings with flights so spine-tingling to launch yourself up to the moon. The heads of state greet you, longing to meet you, and the president's lunch is at noon. And the papers all say you'll be legend someday. How distant you'll seem to me then. But the New York Daily News doesn't drop any clues that I was your very best friend. Oh, I was your best friend. It's a cheap circus world that you left behind, girl. Some of the ladies, they're fat and they have beards. But once in a while comes a fly with style, and I'm thinking, maybe life ain't so weird. Then she's dropping your name, she's praising your fame, and I know our affair's at an end. She's in love with your art, I can't fit in her heart, although I was your very best friend. I read all the glories and I heard all the stories. The clowns still remember you well. Sometimes at night, if the whiskey's alright, your name's in the fables they tell. Me, I'm stuck in the sawdust. Sometimes my balls bust, so I'm off to the damn store again. When none of the clerks or the soda pop jerks knew that I was your very best friend. Oh, I was your very best friend. Thanks very much. This next song was kind of an experiment when I wrote it. I just read a book about Bob Dylan's place in musical history, his place in the American Songbook, and there was all kinds of stuff about roots music, and what is a folk song, and what is a blues song, and an oral tradition, and how things were handed down, and what the typical subject matter for these songs would be. And I said, I gotta write an old folk song. And how pretentious of me. Anyway, so I took a stab at it. I came up with this song. It's Old Perryville. It's kind of about rape and murder. Nice.
It's a Christmas tune, right?
Yeah, it's on my Christmas album. Right.
Any holiday.
I rode down to Perryville to the July air. Took my supper at the church. I met an angel there. The blood rushed through my pounding heart. The heat rushed to my face. I rushed closer to the shaded tree, my arm wrapped around her waist. I aimed to put my lips on her. She turned just so I missed. Then she spoke these words intent to keep me from her kiss. Is this wise? Is this true? Can you see the consequences of this awful thing you do? Can you promise more than this? More than a fever in a stolen July kiss? Well, my mind began to stutter, my feet they began to pace. I seen the devil's shadow cross my lover's face. But I threw it to the stony ground. I ripped apart his skirts. I took my pleasure there and then in the clay red dirt. Is this wise? Is this true? Can you see the consequences of this awful thing you do? Can you promise more than this? More than this July passion and a fevered stolen kiss? I ran out that parish, ran out old Perryville town. But I ran out of luck, the parish priest took aim, shot me down. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Such a happy song. We all feel better.
I know. Well, it's an adrenaline rush. Depends what you're into. All right, this song is a song I had a little bit of success with, and back a while, I submitted it to a website called Living with War, Neil Young's website, and it was a kind of a contest where you didn't really win anything, but you get some prestige if your song got a lot of hits, and it would rise. And this one got into the 60s out of about 2,500 tunes, so I was very happy with that. Of course, I name dropped Neil Young at the end of it, so that might have been why. I know what I'm doing. Goes a little bit like this. It's called Forest for the Trees. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, boom. seen the Shenandoah Valley from a turnout up on Skyline Drive. The morning mist lifts, the sun comes up on a lush green feast for the eyes. From New England to the Mexican border, it's that same beauty wherever I roam. And when I sit back to see the forest for the trees, I'm so damn happy. Call this my home, my home, my home. Yeah, the land has mostly served us well. The folks do pretty well too. From this mountain perch I see the town stretch out, town of people doing what people should do. Sometimes we get a little selfish, think we'd rather be left alone. But when tragedy hits, people jump right in to help the lonely ones feel more at home. My home, my home. Sometimes big shots in high places, they'll use force for their plan, using Jesus as a scapegoat again and again, while they rape and cheat and plunder the land. They sacrifice our children and cover their guilt with lies. They wage a mocking affront on nature itself, while the oceans just continue to rise. And my home, my home. Now this melody may be borrowed, my words lack subtlety. Sometimes I'm just a little too angry to wait for the poet in me. I'm thinking these people might need analysis, or can we vote them out of control? Maybe force feed them some Neil Young. They take a lot from poor Mr. Soul. It's on my home. When I step back to see the forest for the trees, you know I'm feeling a lot less at home. Thank you. Thank you very much. This next one is also off my album, and it's called Natural Disaster. I had a fantasy where I got Mary Chapin Carpenter to do this song, but it didn't happen. It was just a fantasy. I actually knew a guy who was in her touring band, and he still owes me money, actually.
He knows you money.
No, not too much. And so
I'll get it.
so anyway, he had a falling out with her or somebody in the band, and so when I suggested it to him via email, his response was, "I've never heard from him again." So anyway.
Rock and roll. Rock and roll.
Anyway, Mary, this is for you. These retainers, they're not like the old retainers. All right, here we go. disaster. No hurricane blew through here. No typhoon tore the door down. Still you fold it all up in fear. Just something that happens when you play with chemicals. You ever see that tornado in a bottle on the Mr. Science show? And he's sorry, he's so sorry now. He can't say something original. Sorry, sorry, he's so sorry now. Not really bleeding, probably won't turn black or blue. Somewhere deep, deep down, little voice is scolding you. Just something that happens, fire and oil, oil and water. Did you ever see that guy go bang on the Honeymooners show? And he's sorry, he's so sorry now. His hands are in his pockets. Sorry, sorry, he's so sorry now. Just a natural disaster. No hurricane blew through here. You'd almost forgive it. Yeah. And he's sorry. He's so sorry now. He's laid his cards out on the table. He's sorry, sorry, yeah. So damn sorry now. He's sorry, he's sorry, we're sorry. He's sorry now. All right.
Sweet Mercy.
Thank you. I just want to say, Jamie Duquette, Jimmy Tarbox, Greg Edwards, and I'm John Speziale. Thank you all very much. And some of us will be appearing very soon at the Nick on the 27th, the Nick, and also 3 of us will be out at the Block Island Music Festival. So check that out. Thank you.
Thanks very much to Sweet Mercy. I'm Rick Coster for theday.com. Next week we have the young prodigy, Jake Kulak, and Lowdown. Really good blues guitarist, and I think he's like 4 or something. So that'll be good. Happy birthday, Jamie. Thank you guys for being here. We'll see you next week.